So there's a YouTube channel called Pask Makes, and he did several upgrades to his 4x6 Harbor Freight style bandsaw. This is my Jet 4x6 bandsaw, and so I've attempted to do some of these upgrades, and one of the upgrades is for aligning the fence and stopping the fence perfectly at 90 degrees. On these saws, you can move your fence so that you can take cuts at different angles. But when you want to go back and you want to have your fence perfectly at 90 degrees to the blade, you have to have a square and you have to adjust it and then lock it down. So I made something similar to what Pask made, and since there's not any to buy on the internet, I made some extra and I'm offering those. So I'm going to show how to take the device that stops the fence at 90 degrees, and I'm going to show you how it's installed and how to adjust it. The parts that will come with the kit is the miter stop housing, 2 mounting bolts with washers and lock nuts, and then the hex adjustment screw with a nut for locking the screw. 3 tools for the installation. You'll need an electric drill with a 1/4 inch drill bit. You'll need a 5mm Allen wrench and an adjustable wrench. 2 holes need to be drilled into the table casting so that the screws can go through the casting and hold down this frame. I suggest using a clamp to hold down the housing itself as a guide for your drilling. The location of the holes is going to be provided with the product and will be on our web page where you buy it. So put the housing in the position that you want to drill the holes, clamp it down, then use your drill to drill the first hole. The casting is not very hard, so it should be easy to drill. And once you have your first hole in, then install your first bolt. I'm using the adjustable wrench on the back side on the lock nut that's on the bottom so that I can tighten it down. Get the frame nice and square to the edge of the sawing table. And now you can use the frame as a guide for drilling your second hole. Now with your second hole drilled, you can install your second mounting screw. Again, your washer is going to be on the bottom with your locking nut. Now tighten up your second cap screw. Next step is to get your miter fence perfectly square with the blade. For this, you're going to want to use a square. And you want it not square to the edge of the table, but you want it square to the blade. That looks good. With it square, now you want to lock down the miter fence screw. Now you can install your stop hex screw, hex bolt. The hex bolt should bear against the edge of the fence, just snug. And now that your hex bolt is in contact with your fence, lock it down with the nut. Now, every time you want to come back to 90 degrees to your blade, it's as easy as pushing it against the nut and locking it down. For a list of all compatible models and a link to where you can buy this, go into the description. Thanks very much.